much. You just play
Oh
too much.
man. Peace. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Sincere Seven, representing the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit.
And I am Tatiana, representing the House of Genesis.
And you know what's funny is we be saying it like that, but we both actually represent both of them.
Both of them.
But it just, it kind of flows if I just introduce myself repping one and she rep the other one, right? You know what I'm saying? It's both like, I'm Sincere Seven of the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit and the House of Genesis. And I'm Tatiana Blaylock of the House of Genesis. Don't she talk like that?
Ooh.
No? All right, it might be a little different, but
okay,
it might be a little different. Hey, my favorite. Hell yeah. So, yeah, we came to kick it, y'all. We came to talk about, you know what I mean, manifestation. Like, on some direct and indirect, on some how you see it, what it means to you, how do you practice it, what are the tools you use to practice it, you know what I mean? Because this conversation, just manifestation, it sounds real simple. It sounds real like, okay, right? But really, when you go into it, everybody's practices are different.
Mm-hmm.
The way that people approach manifestation, everybody's different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Some people pray to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Some people work hard, and some people use the placebo, and the belief, right? Some people use universal law. Some people use cause and effect. I feel like if I just do good to people, good will come back, and it'll manifest, right? So it's like, damn, like, like we like to talk about, as I like to call it, urban philosophy. You know what I'm saying? Things that you just take, like small, little, lightweight, it ain't real too, and then look at it, just kind of back up and look at it from a whole and be like, actually, this shit is a lot more complex than we give it, thought process to. And so manifestation is the one today, like manifestation.
So the other day,
they talk back, talk a little shit. They talk that.
Is that right?
Yeah. The Weebles up in here.
The Weebles are here.
Shout out to the Weebles, y'all.
Shout out to the Weebles. So the other day we were on here and we kind of touched on manifestation just a little bit, and I want to go in a little bit deeper and kind of explain what I feel like what's funny? What the fuck is funny?
That's what he said. I want to go in a little bit deeper and feel like it was funny. I'm immature. It was funny. I heard all of that. I want to go a little bit deeper and feel. Me too.
Well,
my bad. Don't mind me. Continue on.
That's a hell of a way to manifest some shit too. Sex magic. Oh, let me just have a little sip real quick, cause y'all, I'm getting thirsty.
C7, you are stupid. You are stupid, Seven. That cup came from the sex magic. Ignorant. Damn, Seven, shut the hell up. Oh man, I thought we was gonna see a little bit of something come out that face.
Well, see, you keep trying and you play too much.
Trying, man. It's about time.
No, I am a lady.
I'm telling you,
I am not
shoot some liquids out your nose laughing. It's all good.
No. Okay, so did right. So, I was tired of dating women. I was sick of it. I was like, these bitches is crazy. Like, oh my God, I had started sympathizing with men. I was like, this what the fuck y'all be going through? Like, bro, I'm so sorry. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Because a woman in an imbalanced and unhealed state is a tragedy. Oh, y'all see, I had to pause for a minute.
Or in my line of work, what I like to refer to them as is a challenge.
a fucking tragic challenge. That's what the fuck it is. So anyway,
it's tragic if you don't maneuver it right, but if you maneuver it right, it's a challenge.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Is there maneuvering right in that?
Listen,
is there such thing?
I reposted something that my homegirl posted today or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people don't need to be in relationship. You know what I'm saying? She was like, they need uh healing, spiritual counsel, all of these different things. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, and that's the space that I'm coming from, because I'd be lying if I was saying that all of my experiences were awful, because they weren't. You know what I'm saying? I've actually had some really great relationships, and they were pretty successful. I just was done with them. Like, it was always me like, all right, this is done. That was fun. Let's move on. One of them had started to get a little toxic a little bit, and so that's what made me leave. And so, but I'm saying that to say that I was a unhealed and imbalanced woman in a relationship. Y'all thought I was talking about somebody else, huh?
Okay. So I think we've touched on this a little bit before, but I like to touch on it again while we're in the midst and the middle of exactly what you're talking about. Manifesting a partner.
Yes.
Manifesting a mate or
yes.
a partner, right?
Yes.
So when we're talking about how to manifest, let's start there. Manifesting your divine right complement.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? As my girl Mecca likes to say it. You know what I'm saying? Your divine right complement.
Excuse me. Mm-hmm.
It's like pairing foods at a wine tasting.
Peace.
Who's that? The
Aaliyah.
Cash? Is that Aaliyah?
Yeah, that's
I was
Aaliyah.
just talking about
What's
her
up,
ass
baby?
yesterday. That is funny as hell.
She knows she was in here.
Hey,
that was her watching yesterday. Yeah.
Hey, damn, where the fuck was I at?
Mecca talking about the divine partner, your divine right.
Okay.
You can't come on live, baby. You ain't got no clothes on.
Okay, so attracting, manifesting your divine right complement.
You okay? Zai? Okay.
She like, you won't let her get on camera naked. You always try to motherfucking oppress her. You can go around naked. Why she can't?
Not on camera. I mean, babe. Listen. Not on the public.
What up, though?
Shit. Anyway, manifesting your divine right.
All
okay.
Right. And how you said some people should not be in relationships. They should be somewhere healing. They should be somewhere getting counseling. They should, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So my rebuttal to that, or my challenge to that, or another way of looking at that I invite for you to look at.
I already know what you're about to say. And I'm about to bust you with it too, because I already know.
You pull the partner that you need for where you at in the growth and development you in, and to make sure that you're prepared for the next partner.
Absolutely.
You know, so I can see where being in relationships, even though you're not fully healed or fully, you know, prepared mentally or emotionally and all of these types of things, can, like, I mean, I have knowingly, well, no, I ain't gonna say knowingly, I have hindsight said several times I created that wife for that man. Mm-hmm. Where that person was with me to learn how to be able to maneuver through a whole lot of different things to go and be with their divine right complement.
Yes.
And also, your divine right complement is based off timing.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So we got things that was written in the stars, and we got things that are what some might call eternal, right? Okay. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these relationships, they was written in the stars. That's just that. That's just that, literally. That's why we tell people, if you really want to be a fortune teller, then you need to specialize in astrology. It's written in the stars, period. You know? Yeah, go ahead.
So yes, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I had things that I needed correcting or whatever. And I was able to see and reflect those things. And I was just tired of dating women. So it was like, I'm ready for my forever because, like I had mentioned, I knew that it was time for me to have a baby. I knew that it was time for me to start that next chapter of my life. You know what I'm saying? And so it was time for me to clean up my act. And in order for me to manifest my partner, I knew that there were certain things that I needed to do and I had to do alone. And I knew that, well, actually, no. And I was just telling him that the other day. I didn't know that there were other things that were going to come up that I was going to have to face once you get your divine mate. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you go through these levels to prepare you for that person. And then when you get with that person, you know what I'm saying? Like, then now you have to integrate being for that person. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, nah, you have to be hit face on with the things that really challenge you, you know? And so for me, um, I was on a mushroom journey. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I was on a psychedelic journey, period. You know, I had no idea about microdosing. You know what I'm saying? Like, microdosing was not something that I was aware of, I was familiar with, or anything like that. I did not. It was like, microdose, what?
Right.
You know, nigga, I go in.
He's
You know what I'm saying?
like microdosing was some new shit around 2017, 18.
Like I was going
a quarter of a gram for what?
You know what I'm saying? Like I was going in, and I went in for years before. Call you back, sister. I went in for years before. Zayara. I went in for years before. Excuse me, y'all. I went in for years before I actually met the person that I was seeing, right? So I had already written out a petition because in anything with manifesting, they tell you to be specific, write out what you want, like literally. And I remember sitting down and taking my time and writing this letter out as if it was, okay? And then I went on a journey, okay? And I think I took between 5 and 7 grams this time. And I asked very specific questions about my partner, okay? And it was very funny how all of those things were revealed to me. So I was like, okay, this is going to be interesting. He's going to be interesting. Like, but what is it that I'm not going to like about it? Because it seemed like it was just too good to be true. It was like, man, you telling me I'm about to have all of this? Like, that's wild. Okay. Little did I know I was extremely disconnected. Go upstairs. Yeah, no, go upstairs. It's okay. You want to give me a kiss before you go? Okay, here. Sorry, come on. Big kiss.
Oh yeah, it's love fest over here all the time.
I love you. Okay, you can go lay down.
I said I don't remember my mother hugging me until I was 40 years old.
Ooh, that's a
Give
long
my baby
time.
some love,
Yeah.
right? Let them know they love.
I love all my babies, but anyway.
So, go ahead. Go upstairs.
I went in and I was like, I didn't know that I was so disconnected from my emotional body so much. And he triggered the fuck out of me. I used to be like, how can this nigga be more bitch than me? Like, I can't take it. Like, like I can't take it. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. Like, you know, and it was really because nobody ever acknowledged my feelings and my emotions. Nobody ever validated my feelings and emotions. Nobody ever told me it was okay to feel and express those feelings, to be in those feelings. Nobody had ever allowed for that to be. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, we go argue, we go either argue, be mad for days, then the relationship is gonna be over, or we go argue and just be mad and ain't talking to each other, you know what I'm saying? Like, or it was just always discord around arguments or disagreements, and it wasn't like that. It was like, nah, like if I'm expressing myself, it was like, okay, he really wanted to hear it. And so when I manifested meeting him, I remember telling my best friend, I was like, friend, I was like, I'm about to meet this man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I could feel him. I'm like, he's so close, like friend, like I could feel him, like I could see him. You know what I'm saying? She like, I believe you. And when I finally met him, I didn't know it was him, but I thought it was him because like it wasn't immediately, but it was probably like after like a month or so. It was like, this gotta be the nigga. Like, but I don't know because he ain't my type.
I never am.
You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't my type. You know what I'm saying? And so it was like, no, and really because he was older. Because I don't have a type. So it didn't just to be honest, it didn't have nothing to do with how he looks. You know what I'm saying? It didn't have nothing to do with
he gonna give me worms.
Oh my God, that's so funny. But no, I didn't think you was that old. I didn't think you was gonna give me worms.
I don't know why you keep calling me old.
But
God damn. How many years older than you am I?
7.
Right.
So I know it's not a lot of it's not a lot of years or whatever, but it felt like a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, nah, like we gotta chill. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is like I had this huge fear of, like my man dying and leaving me alone with a whole bunch of kids or some shit or whatever. Like and he all old and shit. So I never wanted to date no old man. Like my father is 13 years older than my mother. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that shit. And like my daddy out here dead as hell, and my mama is just out here. You know what I'm saying? Like all her children's fathers is dead though. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you ain't getting off the point. He's my old man. I don't think he's too old. I really love the age gap. I wish I would have dated older guys sooner because baby, listen, it's lit. You know what I'm saying? It's so lit. It's so lit. It's so lit. But anyway, I remember constantly dreaming about him, and I would sit and visualize. I would sit in meditation. You know what I'm saying? And think about him. I would sit in meditation and think about the things that I wanted to do with him. What's that? I would think about listen, I would think about him reading me books. Okay. And I remember the first time he was like, can I read to you? And I was like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because this was something that I manifested for myself, right? So in order for me to get into this space, I had to be aware of myself, be aware that I was actually ready for it. You know what I'm saying? And then I started to practice in it as if I was already in it. I already am naturally just someone that takes care of the household. You know what I'm saying? So that was easy, but to integrate myself into being with a partner, because dating women is completely different from dating men. You know what I'm saying? And I had not been with a man for a very long time. So it was like, I don't know how this is about to be. I don't know how I'm going to respond, and it was very difficult. It was very difficult. And I remember we was talking one time and he had company and we was just kicking it. And I was like, no, I need y'all to understand something. I was like, I have been operating as a strong, independent Black woman for years now. You know what I'm saying? I've been getting my own money. I've been taking care of my own self. I've been responsible for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to come and be in a situation where I can't do anything for myself, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm sitting up here talking about something, I'm barefoot and fucking pregnant. Like, this shit is hard. Like, I need y'all to hear me. This is hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I accepted a role and integrated in myself into something, and I've been operating in just that for years. And now I'm talking about I have to submit to a man. Like, no, like, I don't give a fuck about you giving me whatever I want or taking care of me at all this capacity. I don't care. Like, I can't take care of myself. Like, that's hard. You know, because in the back of my mind, I'm pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And he can go and do whatever the fuck he want. And now I'm stuck with a fucking baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are so irritating. You know, and it just was like, damn, like, this shit is difficult. Like, it's difficult. And it was like, this is what I asked for, and I'm still having a hard time even accepting it because the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, I am used to moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a hairstylist. I am used to being in the salon all fucking weekend long, like for hours. Like, that's how I operated and ran my life since I was 13 years old. I've been an assistant since I was 13 years old. I've been getting money all my motherfucking life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started doing hair when I was 11 years old. Like, they right here.
Oh shit.
So it's like, you know, coming into a place in time, like when I had my older children, I was a stay-at-home mom as well. I was fully taken care of. You know what I'm saying? And then I decided that I wanted to work. And all of the money that I made was for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, my children's father,
We
he
still
took
talking about
care.
manifestation?
Yes, yes. My children's father took care of everything. And this was a big part of it because I manifested. We talked about that the other day. The fact that I wanted a man that was going to be an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that will be able to move and groove like I move and groove because I'm used to getting up, doing whatever I want when I want to. So I wanted to have somebody that was able to do the same. My oldest children's father, he wasn't with that shit. You know what I'm saying? He was like, nah. Oh, that's the Campbell knives. Oh, wow. Aw, congratulations.
Yeah.
Aw. But yeah, anyway, so I knew that I still wanted somebody that was going to be willing to take care of me at the capacity that I have been taken care of before. But I knew that I wanted it to be different as well. I knew that I wanted a more present father, a father that would actually, you know what I'm saying, like want to be in their lives. And that's how he became later on in life. But shit, I knew what I wanted for myself, right? And I think that a lot of times in manifesting, people just don't really know what they really want. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and if you don't know what you want, how you go get it? Like, how you go get it? You don't even know what you want. How you go get it? Like, and that's what the old man said. He's like, what are the steps to take to achieve your goals? That's what he said to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, nigga, like, I'll write out a goal or whatever, and I know mentally the steps that I have to take, but I've never actually written out what are the steps to take this. Nah, like, I ain't that detail oriented when it's writing. It just be in my head.
That's when it get real. You know what I'm saying? So all right. So basically, manifestation, and bringing towards your partner towards you. That was the magical. Yes. You use petitions. You use writings.
I did. Right? I use petitions and I use meditation.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So I think that for me, and I'm going outside of manifesting a mate. Because, you know, we kind of did the same thing. That was the funny part. Mm-hmm. When all came out and we spoke about everything, we had both already prophesized, already prepared, it was just, everything was exactly the way it was supposed to be. The shit was book written type of shit. Mm-hmm. It's fucking crazy as shit. But anyway, outside of that, my manifestation technique was mostly magnetic consciousness. Mm-hmm. It was mostly magnetic consciousness. I would become conscious of something So of course the subconscious is already there, and I would implement it into my mindset to think about it, to
Okay.
keep it at the height. Like how on the internet you'll pin a comment.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pin that in my consciousness.
Okay.
So it's always at the foundation. This is where a lot of people would tell you to write out your goals, get your top 10, write them out every morning. That's a good way to do it if you don't have the ability to implement. Kids, keep in mind, I'm, we high gram doses, so we spend a lot of time going in. So when we'll go in on different things, you got to think of how that neuroplasticity is, and how we place things in our minds, and consciousness and reality or whatnot. But yeah, I would just like, and then I would just go on about, whatever it is that I'm doing until that magnetism brought that thing forward. So I wouldn't so much as do magic, more as I would just deal with the more of the magnetic consciousness.
Okay.
And if I had the ability to tap into the super consciousness, you know what I'm saying, then, because that's questionable. But magnetic consciousness, I was definitely working heavily with that.
Yeah. So that's, I guess, your magnetic consciousness is my visualization process, and when I'm manifesting other things, right? So like when it comes to like money or item, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that, I'll do more visualization and a little bit of candle work. You know what I'm saying? Make it fun and easy.
Okay.
So, and even within the candle, I'm doing visualization the entire time.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing that visualization the entire time while I'm working the candle.
So money magic is a little different for me. So my relationship with money is consistent. Like I really, really fucks with her. I like her being around me as much as possible.
As much as possible.
And
hey,
so
girl.
I just constantly, I fawn for her. You know what I'm saying? So I constantly engage her so she'll have reasons to constantly come and see me. So with that being said, I try to keep a energy of money attraction on me at all times as much as possible. And if I feel like she isn't coming to see me as much as I feel like she should has been, or she's doing less than, I'll play some of her music. I'll play some invocations for her. And then just try to do a little bit harder, make sure that I'm really giving her what she wants.
Also, with that, you know what I'm saying? I make sure that I give her away in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like I make sure that a big part of me manifesting is giving. Like I have to give shit away. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm talking about like big shit, like my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, like recently I've given away a lot of my favorite items. Okay.
I was like, oh.
And it was like, it was hard. And I remember one of the items I was told to give away, you know what I'm saying? And it was a pair of earrings, y'all. Man. These was my absolute favorite earrings. And I was like, man, I'm like, nah, man, like, maybe I could find some other ones. And because I felt it in my heart grieving them. So I tried to find, and I heard it. It was like, no, them. And I was like, oh, like, okay. And I literally told her, I was like, girl, I didn't want to give you these. I was like, I gotta be honest. I was like, I'm grieving these right now. You know what I'm saying? I was like, but I was like, I am meant to. I'm supposed to give you. I was like, these are the ones that I'm supposed to give to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, enjoy. I said, enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. You gonna have a good time with them. Them earrings was a good time. You know, I worked with those earrings. It was a pair of copper earrings. Oh, that had different spirals and just, oh my goodness. Yeah, but manifesting is a big part of what are you giving so that you can receive, because you got to make space. How big is it what you want to give? And then and how big doesn't mean um physically how big, but how much does it mean to you? You know what I'm saying? Like how much of your heart is involved in what you're giving away. Not just doing it because, oh yeah, I'm about to get something back in return. You know what I'm saying? Like, how pure is your intention of giving?
Okay, so what about just like general manifestation, like you know, somebody needs I don't know, employment, or
Yeah.
they need a house,
Hmm.
or something like that. What type of manifestation we dealing with now?
Okay, so one thing I would say is, and I'm going to go back to this every single time, is knowing your human design, because then you'll know what your manifesting type is. Like, I'm a specific manifesting generator. So I can specifically say, I want a house and I want it to be here and I want it to be on this date. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's exactly what'll happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, so knowing your design will assist you within knowing how you will manifest and how fast, right? And
Oh, so you took it to a different level there. So now manifesting through your human design.
yes,
Because that's a whole different style of, because most people who are manifesting are not thinking
they
about their
they
human
they are
design.
not, but it would assist, right?
Oh
And
yeah.
bringing things forth a lot faster, because you know what the fuck you doing, because you know how you're supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
So so
say
so
for instance, if you don't know your design, right?
I was just about to say.
Say for instance, you don't know your design, and you manifest some shit, and it normally come in 3 months. Every time, you know, 90 days, your shit go be here, right? Well, now you know your human design. So as you practice, it's coming in 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? As you learn and manifest your shit, like, to a T, you getting your shit in 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you know how to operate as yourself.
Mm,
Right. Huh?
what y'all eat for lunch? Hold on, let me go check this out.
Yeah.
I want to challenge you a little bit.
Okay, well, bring it on. Bring it on. This is how I feel about what would be the best route. When I was doing my manifestations before, you know what I'm saying? I felt like it was maybe taking a little bit longer than I wanted it to take. And as soon as I learned a little bit more, of course it got better. But shit, now that I know what my design is, now when I'm doing shit, I have an instant turnaround 90% of the time. 90% of the time I'm having an instant turnaround. You know what I'm saying? And then I can't take credit away from his magic too, because he do his own shit. So I'm sure that has a lot to do with it as well. You know, when y'all both have the same desire, then it kind of be like, shit, that shit go be speedy guns guileless to you, because ain't nobody got no resistance to it. Everybody want the same damn thing. It's coming. It's coming. That's why it's important to be like on one accord. Like, what is it that we going for? What are the goals here? What are we trying to manifest? How soon? How fast? I take shit like that as I guess ease. Those are mine. I was making, oh, that's what I was making.
All right, so got you.
All right, you're challenging me.
Damn, what was it? Oh man.
Because I said manifesting through and how soon, like if you knew, if before you was doing it in 90 days and now you can do it in 3.
Got you. All right. Nah, I ain't gonna challenge you, because I get what you're saying, but I will say that there's a certain learning curve. Because what I was gonna say is, if there's a person who's out there and they're manifesting, they doing their thing, and then you tell them they design, and then they change
Well, that's
it,
why
and they get uncomfortable. But it's just that learning curve, because once you fall into it, then what you're doing most likely will be more successful. So that's why I was like, nah, ain't no challenge. It's just kind of like that.
I
like
agree, because it is going to be a learning curve. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but it will benefit you though.
Yeah, because I mean, the learning curve being confidence then.
Because it's like it's letting you know how you are programmed to run and operate. And when you run and operate outside of your design, it's going against your natural flow. So once you go with your flow, things will come more with ease. You'll be more in tune. And so, that's where you have the probability of things in your life turning out better and becoming easier and things of this nature. You're still going to go through trials, tribulations, and all of that. But the things that you try to manifest, the change you're trying to do, all of that is like, all right, boom, you learning how to do it in your way, and how not to self-destruct. Because that's a big one for me. Because part of mine,
be careful.
Part of mine is to wait,
but don't run.
To respond.
Right.
And if I had known that from a young age until now, my life would be completely different. Because I almost have never waited to respond. Like, I'm talking about, I'm reacting immediately. And half the time what I said probably wasn't supposed to or needed to be said. You know what I'm saying? And I have done a lot of self-destructive responses and reactions. And so now, knowing that, when I get ready to respond, I just kind of, and I'm gonna tell you, this is funny. When I was young, I said I wanted to be the old man in the East that, you know what I'm saying? They like the old, you envision the martial arts movies, the old master of something, and he lives way out there, and you got to go and do all of this crazy climbing the mountain and fighting a waterfall to get to his place, and then knock on his door and shit, and he be like, oh, will you teach me? And he be like, nah, and then close the door and shit, and then 3 days later you come out, all right, that's enough. So anyway, but that dude, he always is very emotionless. Yep. Like, he'll be like, yo, will you teach me? He'll be like, no. He'll be like, what? Well, curse you, curse your kids, curse your ugly ass wife. Fuck you. You ain't the real one anyway. And he says, that's interesting. Like, yo, because I never had that. Soon as somebody say something out of pocket to me, immediate response. Now that I know my human design, it has almost helped to create that individual within me. Soon as somebody say something, I'm like, don't respond. Don't respond.
Oh, if you ever see him doing that, covering up his mouth just like that, just know, bitch, he's biting his motherfucking tongue. He's swallowing it, and it hurt. Okay, it hurt. Okay, so I have the same type of design, and mine is to wait to respond as well, and I have done that my entire life. I ain't never let nobody get me too hyped up. I'm like, nah, because I'm shutting down. Let me evaluate this, because, bitch, I know I'm going to say something that you do not like, and I am going to do it purposefully because I am a Virgo and I know what I'm doing. Okay, I know what I'm doing, so just trust me that I'm protecting both of us by not saying nothing at all. Because why do we need to go there? It's no point in going there. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do I don't want to destroy anyone.
You know what?
It's not okay. You know what I'm saying? But baby, if you ever catch me on just one of those days that I decide to just be on that type of time, yeah.
Hey, when it comes to the parasympathetic responses, I have a fight or fall response. Jump, I want to fight. What?
Okay.
What's up? Okay, I can do that for you. I got you. You need anything else? I'm a fight or fawn. Oh my goodness. No, man, that's funny. So for me, manifestation, part of mine was always hard work, and integrity. That was what I attempted to use to manifest the things that I wanted and the things that I wanted to achieve.
Oh, let me tell y'all a little thing, right?
Not the ooh.
So
Ooh.
I love traveling. Okay. So I'd be like, you know what?
Let me go check on them views. Yeah.
I want to go to Florida, right? I will go and on bookings.com and I will book a trip to Florida. I will book the hotel because you didn't have to pay nothing up front. And I will book the hotel. And then I'd be like, all right, well, that's booked. So all I know that I need to give me a flight now. I buy the flight because I will book it probably like 2 months in advance, a month in advance, just enough time in advance for the flight to be cheap enough. And I booked the flight. I probably spent $100 round trip for the flight. And I'd be like, all right, well, now I know that when I get here, I'm gonna have to pay $300-400 to pay for this hotel, right? So I knew I had enough time to get the money or whatever. And so if you know, excuse me, where you're going and what you're going to be doing, then you'll know how to direct the money. Because then I say, all right, well, now I got the money for the hotel. So now I need to have spending money for the time that I'm going to be there. You know what I'm saying? So I would plan it ahead, and every single time I would have more than enough money that I would need for the vacation. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have no money at all when I'm booking this trip. You know what I'm saying? I booked the hotel with nothing. I just had to have the money when I got there. I booked the flight at $100 because I booked it in months in advance. You know what I'm saying? And then by the time I get there, now I got all this money to play with, and because I done told myself that this is what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So of course you got to show up for yourself. So that was another way that I manifested, like traveling and just having fun. You know
That's
what I'm
a
saying?
good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Because when she dropped that on me, I was like, yo, I can see that because it's almost how I said I use magnetic consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost the same thing. Booking the flight
Yeah.
is implementing that into your consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yep.
oh, I got a trip.
Yep.
Just book the flight.
Yes.
You ain't got no hotel. You ain't got
No, the hotel was what was first for
shit.
me. I would book the hotel first because remember, I'm doing this all with no money.
Oh,
So
you would book the hotel first?
Yes, because it don't cost nothing to book the hotel. I'm going on bookings.com. I'm finding whatever hotel or resort allows me to book with nothing up front. And I book it. I put in whatever my filters are. I want it to be, I will always book the same resort every time I went to Florida. I wanted to have an ocean view. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get myself all the fancy things. I'm not cutting nothing out. I want to have an ocean view, and I want to have access to the beach from the resort. So I had all of those things when I would go to Florida, you know what I'm saying? Because now I know, okay, I need this amount of money. Okay, say for instance, I'm gonna be there for 4 days. All right, well I know I'm gonna need $600-700 for 4 days for the hotel. Okay, all right, I got that money. You know what I'm saying? But I will book the flight after I booked the hotel. You know what I'm saying? So the hotel booked. It's like, all right, I got a trip booked. I can't cancel this.
Okay.
I got a trip booked. You know what I'm saying? I just got to make sure I got this money when I show up.
Now that you booked,
you know what I'm saying? Yes. So then now I'm looking for flights, and now I get me a cheap flight for $100. And I'd be like, cool, you know what I'm saying? And I would do the same thing. If I wanted a rental car, I would implement it that too. Like, all right, well, it's going to cost me a rental car. I could book that up front without nothing. I pay for everything when I get there.
So
you know what I'm saying?
How far in advance do you start planning shit like
No
this
less
out?
than a month. No less than a month.
Oh, that's it?
No less than a month.
Oh, I'm thinking you talking like 6 months ahead of time and all of that type
no
of
less
shit.
than a month. No less than a month.
Oh, that's like, I mean, that's like regular. I'm saying timing.
Yeah.
That's regular timing.
Yeah. No less than a month. Now, if you go do, most people when they booking like
sounds
big
like
trips,
something that I might do 6 months ahead of time.
And that,
like,
I mean, that, okay, so
to
then
just piece it together, like every month I'm paying for another piece.
Well,
and,
see, if I'm doing it like that, then that would be if I'm about to book a big trip, like overseas.
Okay, I see what
you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, well, we about to go to Africa. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna be on the plane for 15, 24 hours with toddlers and shit. Like, I'm gonna book that 6 months in advance. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like I'm gonna book that in advance, and we're gonna be booking, and I'm gonna book it to the point we're gonna fly first class because I want to be as comfortable as I possibly can with these babies. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be mindful of a lot of shit. Okay, so that type of shit, yeah, I would book way in advance, way the fucking advance. I'm about to actually start planning that now. Actually, it's way in advance. Yeah.
No. I was just like we said about manifesting and how deep it can go. I was just over here. My mind was just traveling through the tunnel.
When I'm thinking about like little stuff like that, like I remember when I needed a car, right? I literally said this. I was like, you know what? I was like, I just want something cute, a little sporty. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know, maybe like a Nissan or something. Like, I just wanted it to be a like real life. I was like, you know what? Nope. I want a Mazda. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I hear those are really good cars, right? And I was like, I don't want to pay a whole lot for it or whatever. I ain't got a lot of money right now. I was like, and I need to be able to make sure that I can still cover rent, make sure me and the kids got food, all of the things, right? All right, cool. So I needed to make sure that I had a car before school started. Okay. And school started in probably 2 months. All right. So I have 60 days to get a car. All right. So I was like, bet. I'm going to find me a car real quick. So I went over to my friend's house or whatever. I was like, man, I'm looking for a car because I know her husband, he sometimes be having cars for sale. And I was like, I'm looking for a car or whatever. I was like, and I just need to be able to have like a deal. I need somebody to just let me put an amount down and just pay the rest off or whatever. I was like, because I just ain't got it to give up front like that right now. I was like, or else I would have just went and got a car note. You know what I'm saying? And so her husband was like, you know what? Yeah, you know. And so he called me over one day or whatever. He was like, look, he was like, this guy I know is selling this Mazda or whatever. He was like, it's a stick shift. He was like, but he was like, look, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think this would be a good car for you and the kids or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I was looking at it or whatever. And sure enough, it's literally the exact of what I was saying that I wanted for myself. It was black, it was sporty, it was cute, it was big enough for me and my children or whatever, but it was a stick shift and I did not know how to drive a stick shift. And I'm like, fuck, like, but it was only $3,000 or whatever. And I'm like, shit, like, I can't. I was like, he was like, go ahead, you could get it. I was like, I can't. I was like, I can give probably like 15 up front. I'm like, but I can't do, you know, I need to be able to pay it off. And he was like, all right, well, if it's still there, we'll see or whatever. He called me the next day, like, hey, Tati, come pick up your car. I was like, what? You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah. He was like, just bring me the 15. You can pay it off through me or whatever. I bought it. I was like, oh my God. So it was perfect. Literally, I had said that shit and I included somebody else that was in it that was for my benefit, which I feel like boosted the manifestation. And I had that car within a week of me saying that I needed to have a car. And I still had 2 months left, right? So I got the car or whatever, and I didn't know how to drive a stick shift. So he literally took me that night. He was like, no, you go drive this home tonight. And took me that night to drive it. And the very next day, my children were they were doing football and cheer at that time. And they had a game, and I was gonna be responsible for getting them from that game or whatever. And I had to drive this stick shift that I had never drove ever before from the west side all the way to the fucking east side on the freeway and shit. Oh my goodness, talk about terrified. But once you're on the freeway with a stick shift, it was smooth. But yeah, I learned.
So I'm gonna tell you,
it quick.
One of the most coldest ways of manifesting shit. And I know that you know about this one. And you gonna trip when I talk about it because I have, all right, you know what I'm talking about, right?
What? No, how is this so?
It's in the Bible.
What? I don't know the Bible. I don't claim to know the Bible like that.
I ain't saying it like that. I was just saying, okay, it says, uh, knock and the door should be open.
Ask
Ask
and shall
and you
receive.
shall receive.
Okay. Yes. Hell yeah.
Yo,
Hell
just
yeah.
ask for what you want.
For sure.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you, I do not remember who it was that was saying that shit to me when I was younger. But I know that they were like, listen, not only will you get a lot of blessings, but they say scientifically, people don't like to say no to people.
Right.
So
and he was the biggest hater on my shit.
I told you you was gonna be tripping when I said it. I told you. Hey, the first time I went to Florida, hold on. I have gotten cars by just asking. I've gotten houses.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
By just asking, like on some real 100 shit. I remember I had just got to Florida. We was hanging out. My sister had a little party. Everybody was gathered in there. We hanging out, talking, and everybody's talking about like, just different things. And somebody asked me, where you from? I'm from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you live down here? Nah, not yet. No, I just moved down. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a house yet though. I'm doing my thing. Woo, woo, woo. Once I get things settled, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring my family down the whole night and shit. And so, boom. Boom, people kept talking, and the lady she say, I got a house right there in Orlando on 436 and 434. I said, yo, can I have it? She was like, excuse me? White lady, right?
Right.
I said, can I have it? You know what I'm saying? She was like, oh, well, we have a few other properties that we are thinking about doing things with. We're not really doing a whole lot with that one. I'll rent it to you. Like, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? How much? And she's like, if you fix it up and you can get it for like, it was like either free for the first year or something low, like a couple hundred. I was like, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. You know what I mean? Went to the place the next day. It was a nice house. Florida things had a piano in it. It was beautiful. It was just stunning. It was like, boom, just manifested it because I asked. Like,
exactly.
look at that. You know what I'm saying? I know I asked my sister for a car before. She was like, all right, you can have it.
So that's like, why I'm cussing him out, because every single time, like if I see somebody or whatever and they got something that I like or I want, I ask for it.
Cause I know that's what I'm saying though. That's why I be like,
I see it, I like it, I want it. I should be able to have it. I don't understand.
I be feeling like you like Devo shit.
I'm not Devo anything.
That's some Devo.
It's not Devo anything.
That's a nice chain. Your grandma gave you that? Let me get that.
No, I do not.
And then they'll giggle and shit. And she'll just be looking like, and they be like, oh. Okay. I'll be like, what the fuck? And they take it off and give it to her. And she just puts it on with a little ditty. Thank you. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck?
I asked for it.
Did you not just hear them tell you that grandma gave it to them last breath on her deathbed?
I never asked for nothing.
Oh my goodness.
That nobody ain't wanted to give.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Because I've had people that told me no.
Before with some people. Yeah, hey.
People have told me no.
I be liking the people. I be like, oh, there you go. Stand up for yourself.
I be like, shit, listen.
I've seen some faces while they're giving her their shit. And in my mind, I'm in the streets of Detroit. I know it. Damn, I just got face when I see one. You know what I'm saying? I've made the face myself, man.
Okay, so first of all, people are not used to being asked for things.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people not used to people actually liking and being attracted to a lot of the same things that they are. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, they kind of be excited that somebody like the same thing that they do sometimes. They be like, oh, you like this? You like this? Oh, well, all right here. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've done it plenty of times, and I do it just only because I know the exchange that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're giving me a piece of your magic. And that's what you are doing, like, every time. And I be very appreciative of that. And then he just be hating, like, people are like, I felt like I wasn't supposed to ask for shit for a while. I was like, wait a minute, no, like, I can ask for stuff, like, the fuck? I just want to ask. And if they don't want to give it to me, they don't have to.
Take my spaceship without permission, put gas in it.
What? You tripping? But yeah, no, I'm asking for what I want. A closed mouth don't get fed, honey.
D-boy, y'all. So tuck your chains in when you come to the pad.
I like earrings.
Tuck your.
That's usually what it is.
You better put them shits up under your shirt.
I
be tucking my evening shoes when I come around there. I be like, I'm gonna tuck my shit in.
I love me a good earring, honey. If you got on some good earrings, baby, I'm either gonna ask you to give them to me, or I'm going to ask you where you got them from.
Man, I done seen her check so many fools about they shit. Nah, I'm talking shit, y'all. It's actually a beautiful sight to see when y'all get to doing that shit and giving gifts to each other. Because I be seeing, oh my goodness,
you know
man.
What? I give so much shit away.
I mean, you do.
We
just spoke about that. We just spoke about that. But that don't mean I can't point out that you be on your Debo. I'm talking about she just be so subtle with it. She just be like, oh, so nice to meet you. I like them earrings. Let me get them. They be like, all right, like, I guess.
I say that because people be excited, like, oh man, somebody likes something that I like. You know what I'm saying?
Man, yeah.
It be like they be in shock.
I thought I was going home with my shit, though.
Nah, give me that.
Oh,
Run that.
Goodness.
Thank you. I am going to have a great time. It's time for me to get new earrings and stuff too, because I don't have none. Like, I feel like these and the yellow ones is the only ones I got, and that's not gonna work.
What you want for lunch?
Oh, she ain't got nothing yet?
Noodles?
The babies are having lunch. Let me tell you how we manifested that. I don't even know. I remember when I was having my older children, I used to tell people, because I was so young, and everybody used to be like, the infamous question was, oh my goodness, how'd you get pregnant? I'd be like, oh girl, I fell on a puddle of tadpoles. Like, I was climbing the ladder, I was trying to do something, and then I fell, and with some tadpoles right there, and that's how I got pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Everybody would be looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, bitch, what you asked for? How do you think I got pregnant? I was obviously doing what you do to get pregnant, I didn't understand it. They just was like, basically what they was saying is, you too young. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, duh. Like, but here we are, okay? So, yeah. But manifesting that, I remember my oldest children's father, he used to tell me that I shouldn't watch those shows on TLC that was talking about having babies and stuff or whatever. He said because that was gonna be manifesting me a baby. I was like, nigga, I watched the Say Yes to the Dress too, honey, and we ain't got married, so obviously it don't work that good. The fuck is you talking about? Okay, but I do believe Baby Seven, no, that's not yours. No, that's not yours.
Plain noodles?
No. Get from over there. Come here.
Are you sure nobody ordered plain noodles?
Hold on. Whose is that?
No, that's not yours. I'm making yours now. Yeah, but Faithful Works. That was another one of my.
You said Faithful Works?
Faithful Works, hell yeah. Having faith and then just working. You know what I'm saying? Working through it,
Yeah.
And there would always be people on the way that would be like stepping stones for me. You know what I'm saying? I realized that throughout life. It's kind of like one day we was all sitting on the porch in Detroit, and there was this dude walking the stove down the street. He was just turning that motherfucker
I remember
piece by piece. And we started laughing and shit. It was funny to see it. Because it was like, damn, OG, how far as you going with that motherfucker? And then in the midst of laughing, I thought about it like if it was me. Because remember, I started talking shit like, yo, that motherfucker trying to feed his family, like literally. Like he's trying to walk this stove. Like no matter how far he has to go to get it home, he's going to do so that his family can utilize it and this and that. And then I was like, shit, if I had a truck, I would go give him a ride. But I had a Benz at the time, so I couldn't give him a ride. But I left to go somewhere, and somebody told him that right after I pulled off, somebody with a truck pulled up and offered him a ride to where he was going. And that's what I mean about faith with works. It's like you can't have faith that the stove is going to get to your house, but you can have faith and start pushing it. And to some people that sounds silly, but not if you really, if this is the like, your day does not need to end without this stove being at your house, then that's the best way to start. Start pushing it. Maybe somebody else will see you and will help you start pushing it. Maybe somebody else will see both of y'all pushing the stove through the street and be like, y'all serious? Well, shit, I help. And then maybe somebody will go, like, y'all really gonna push the stove a mile up? Hold on, I got a truck. Like, you know what I'm saying? No matter how it might look to you, we really need this. We're working at it. And when somebody sees you working at it, usually, you know what I'm saying, they're willing to give you a hand. So that's what I mean by that faith with works type of manifestation. A lot of times people just lay at home and do the woe is me. Yo, y'all chill now. The woe is me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm frustrated because I don't have, but what are you doing to go get? You know what I'm saying? People be like, that's why when people say don't post about feeding the homeless, I disagree, man. I disagree. There is so much things publicized and shared on social media with violence, somebody fighting, somebody get hit by a car, somebody cussing out. But then if somebody gives somebody a meal or gives somebody money of a homeless type, they say don't put that on social media. And I'm like, wait, so you telling me to put all of the violence, all of the seeing somebody get hurt, all of this type of stuff, but don't put if you doing something good for somebody. Think how crazy that sounds. I think there needs to be more challenges of how much would you actually give a homeless person? Watch the homeless person's reaction off of straight up, just walking up, giving them $100 bill and walking off. What's wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with actually showing a person giving people blessings? You know what I'm saying? So, that was just a little side post and whatnot. But, manifesting, like asking and works, faith with works. So it's kind of like start, even though it might sound silly. The ancient African proverb apparently is the way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. But if you need some help, start eating that one bite and keep eating, and hopefully somebody will see you and be like, yo, you gonna need another person if you plan on eating this whole elephant. You eating elephant? You eat elephant ears. Elephant ears? Elephant, I see what you did there. She said elephant ears. Yeah, so manifestation through your works. You know what I'm saying? Through your works, because I bear witness that works. Like if you have any type of help in the divine realm, in the ancestral realm, any things like that, this is where the ability to send blessings comes in at. You know what I'm saying? There's no blessing gonna come from you sitting in the couch with your arms folded, looking at the ground saying, I'm frustrated because the stove is 2 miles down from here and I don't have no way to get in here. Or I need this much money for whatever and I don't have, there's no blessing that can come. Look where your hands are at. Look where your hands is at when you sit like this. How can I put anything? You know what I'm saying? But coming out like this amongst the people and trying to achieve whatever the goal is. even when the pad got broke into and I didn't have the ability to become present, I asked, you know what I'm saying? And I had individuals that was willing to volunteer boots on the ground and do some of the work and come and clean up and all types of things. And y'all see, here we are. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, man, and them boys put in some work too. Let me just tell you, shout out to them. But so manifestation, man, like there's so many different ways, and there's so many, because you know some people use prayer. Because did we talk about prayer? Yeah, we didn't talk about prayer. Some people use the power of prayer. You know, now if you know a prayer warrior, as I would refer to them, we say that's a microdose. Ooh, excuse me. Y'all know what a prayer warrior is? That's not like a funny term or a term that we make it fun. No, it's saying like there's some people who have certain power in certain realms. They have the ability to affect certain things a little bit more than others, you know. Even I don't remember the woman's name, but there's a woman who actually travels the world, and when she shows up, she gives you hugs. They say it's the best hugs in the world. And people stand in line to receive a hug from this woman. You know what I'm saying? I've heard stories myself of people who have went and can't wait to go back. You know what I'm saying? So it's certain people who have certain gifts, certain abilities, things of this nature. We was talking about this the other day. Matter of fact, I'm gonna touch on it real quick in a second. But so when you're dealing with a prayer warrior, those are these people who, like, their prayers seem to have a lot more influence than others. You know, this is why I'm not real big on certain things, and because it's not to say that that I don't believe in them or that I don't want them to happen. It's that I want to be very aware of who and what I'm dealing with when I'm dealing with it. So that's why I said at this point, you might need to tap in with one of them people that you got around you that might be a prayer warrior. You know what I'm saying? Certain things that need to be manifested that might be, how we might say, out of your hands of influence. This is where prayer, you know, because if you have influence or you have the ability to change or to assist in the manifestation, I personally think that that should be done. But when it comes to things outside of that, then that's where I would be like, all right, I can see where you contacting the prayer. Because if you contact, that's the microdoses. That's the microdoses. You already know when them Jones kick in, that balance between them. I start yawning a whole lot. Okay. So the other thing that I said I wanted to touch on, as I was talking to that, I said, yeah, I want to touch on that real quick too. Manifestation. But then I went sideways for a second. Oh man, I didn't want to lose it. I said, recall that. I tried to put a pin in it because I said I wanted to come back to that. Prayer warriors. Okay, yep, the lady who gives the hugs. Contacting your prayer warrior friends. Oh man. Anybody remember what it was I said that I wanted to touch on that? If so, type it in the comments. Right, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, dang, I had a jewel that we were talking about the other day that I wanted to drop on them. And so somewhere where what I was talking about, okay, microdosing, me yawning, gifts and abilities. There it is. Bow, I recalled it. We were talking about that, and I said that just now, I said we're sitting in them. Yeah, we're sitting in them. I had said get your gifts and your abilities, and we were talking the other day, and somehow the difference of them came up. And so, since we were talking about them and they came up, I just wanted to point those out. The difference for those of y'all who caught that, and a lot of times you'll hear us talk about your gifts or your abilities, especially when it comes to talking about things in theogenic realms, your magic, and things that you open up with utilizing the mushrooms and different entheogens. And so when you are tapping in repeatedly and you are creating a spiritual security clearance of such, you start to be blessed, what I call blessed with gifts and abilities. What is the difference in gifts and abilities is what you asked me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the answer to that is that gifts are for you.
Take your hands up.
Abilities are for everybody. Gifts are for you. So that means, like, you have the ability to utilize this gift, to practice this gift, to hone in and strengthen this gift, to do what you want. It's yours in an integral way. But your abilities, those you have to utilize for everybody. That's why they call them responsibilities. You have to respond to those abilities. Like when you watch Avengers, it's like they're talking to them like it's your responsibility. You are blessed with these abilities because this is what the universe needs to assist in the mission that's going on celestially. So this is not a gift, it's an ability. The gift, that's for you. Most likely to balance out your abilities. Because responsibility comes with a lot of demand, a lot of change, a lot of responding to things unwanted. You know what I mean? So this is kind of like that's why they call them gifts, because they're the gift and the curse, because they're the gifts that make you curse. You know what I'm saying? So your gifts are for you. Your abilities is for everybody. Yeah, but anything else on manifestation? Touch on?
No, I'm glad that you hit that prayer.
Why you got orange juice milk?
I don't. She said, "Why I got orange juice?"
Right, I heard that.
That's funny. No, but I'm glad that you hit that prayer. The book of Psalms, the Power of Psalms, is a great tool for many things. I was trying to see if we had one down here because we got a couple of them.
Right, them books are so scrambled now. We wouldn't know.
But no, I got one that's in hand. I think it is in that drawer over there. But I'm not about to go look. But yeah, so anyway, Google it.
What's the name of it?
The Power of Psalms.
No.
Yeah. How y'all feeling today? Y'all all right out there? What y'all been up to? What y'all got going on today?
That microdose hit me.
A happy birthday to Spirit Traveler.
Happy birthday, Spirit Traveler.
I love you.
Happy birthday to Mecca.
Happy birthday, Mecca.
Who else?
Cancer season.
Cancer season, right?
You
know, I got a soft spot in my heart for the Cancers.
I bet you do.
Yeah, man. I kind of understand.
Oh, I bet you do.
Even though I'm just a glorious Leo.
Oh.
You know, them Cancers, man. You gotta give them some room, man. You just gotta understand them. You know, they can't help.
I love Cancers.
They can't help. You know that they just just so in tune with people's emotions, and they watery, and they be caring, and the intuition be, or no, the empathy be so deep. And, you know what I'm saying? I love motherfucking cancers.
I bet you do.
Yeah, I like cancers like on some like being around type of shit. I've dated a couple cancers, but for me, it's like, okay, only one of us can be super emotional.
Oh God.
That's why you said when you said what you said earlier. I'm like, yeah, because you ain't. But it's funny,
but even
because
in my
then
design,
you are
I'm not
though.
emotional. Yes,
Because it's like, and that's the funny thing. It's
Are
like,
you done?
you just, so
You
it's
don't
like,
want more?
that's why it's
Okay,
like
be
the
still,
perfect
get your
balance. It's a good balance. You know what I'm saying? I'm pleased with it. I never thought I'd have fucked around a million with no Virgo, though. I'll tell you that. That was like, okay, well, what do I do with this? Like, what do I just walk
What
away?
do I do with it?
Yeah.
What do I do with it?
When that was revealed, it was like, damn, do I just walk away and start over? Or no, I'm supposed to accept that? So I just got to accept that, because, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you get your order and your order be wrong and you want to take it back, but you don't want it to take nothing off. You just wanted to remake it. You know what I'm saying? Can you do that when you do magic and your manifestation? You done did some motherfucking magic. You done put it down. Your order get
it
here.
came back like this.
And it's like, oh shit.
Like, did I forget something? I had to have forget something.
You know, but I can say that, like, it literally, you are a good balance to me. Yeah, you're a good balance.
I swear,
because where you don't show it, you know what I'm saying, it's like where it's like I would like you to show it at, it's like, you don't need that. But where I needed that, you be right there.
Yeah,
I be wanting it though. I be wanting it over there.
Yeah,
but you got a pretty good, you know what I'm saying, balance all around, just how you support me emotionally. And I can say that, you know what I'm saying, because heaven was like, I don't know what the fuck to tell you, nigga. Like, she did not, and that's my best friend. So it's like, that was the funny thing, was like, about dating your best friend, is like, they ain't gotta, they don't give a fuck. Like, the definition of the not giving a fuck is dating your best friend. It's like, I've seen you cry about relationships and your woman. Now I know what the fuck you, shut up, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Like, that shit is fucking, it was like, so the Capricorns, I would say, are colder than y'all. You got a little warm, like Virgo's got a little warmth, like right in the middle. In the middle is still warm in there. Capricorns gives no fucks.
Don't give none.
Yeah, they the real.
They let they fucks.
Like, oh my goodness, like, no fucks.
No fucks.
No fucks. Like, no, I know that hurt your feeling. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. It's just the Virgo is my Achilles heel because of my mother.
Yeah.
So it made me think that y'all was the real cold motherfuckers. But I got a little warmth in you.
Yes. Baby 7, leave her alone.
My baby Zayara, she's like me. She's what is that word you call it? I'm over she's dramatic. Yeah, there we go. She's got a flair for the arts.
Yes, for sure. Oh my
goodness. My baby will be screaming like somebody is doing the worst thing, and you'll go in there and somebody will have the other end of a blanket.
Okay. That's fuck. Like you screaming bloody murder for this.
Oh man, so yeah, man, it's been fun. Anything else you want to kick it about on manifestation, man?
No, this was good and fun.
Did you talk about? Yeah, you did. That's how you kind of started out. Yeah. Come full circle.
Yeah.
That sex magic manifestation that caused you to be needing more manifestations later. Oh my goodness! Now you need to manifest a home and a minivan, and
oh my goodness!
Let me try to tell you, you gotta hit it on his head. So why
you just gonna sit down and do this?
Oh, my son told me the other day, but I still love you though.
I'm cracking up.
Even though he put it with, I felt that I love you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know what I'm about to make.
Made me feel big. But yeah, man, we just wanted to kick it, man. We ain't really have, you know, a whole lot to walk through, man. We just wanted to just talk about manifestation, man. Just put it on your mind, put it on your mentals. You ever thought about how you manifest? You ever thought about alternate ways of manifesting?
You done?
You know, you said what?
I said no. I was talking to this toddler over here. Asked her if she was done.
See, that's why I'm messing with chicks with kids.
It's lunchtime around here. You know what I'm saying?
They always got something else to do that they can't focus on what's really important.
Anyway, so it was lunchtime, and now we're about to go outside, and we're gonna blow up the pool. Yay! So they can go swimming.
What I tell you about having fun?
They about to have a grand time because it's hot.
Heads down, frowns on.
So that's what's about to happen around here.
Heads down, frowns on. No fun around here. You mess up my reputation. Arr. 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 You don't mess up my reputation. Heads down, frowns on. Arr. Repeat after me. Arr. What, baby?
You always say that.
Exactly. I always say that. There you go.
How you keep coming back over here to this place? I thought you
Yo, we love y'all. And more importantly, y'all tell somebody y'all love them.
in the language that they can understand it in.
Peace.